Hello everyone, welcome to back our Python programming course. I hope you are doing great. In previous lecture, we learned about Python is most important collection data types like list, tuple, set, and dictionary. In list, how to store multiple value in an order and mutable collection. In tuple, we know unordered but immutable collection. In set, unordered collection that store only unique values. In dictionary, we learn how to store data in key value pairs. We also learn about if else elif statements, which help a program make decision based on different conditions. So we discussed their definition, syntax, features, and difference and simple example, so that you could understand when and where each one is used. So now it's time to move one step ahead. So in today's lecture, we are going to learn about match case statement and while loop and for loop. So in match case statement, a modern and clear way to handle multiple condition in Pythons. So basically, in match case, the match case statement is used for pattern matching. It is similar to switch case. In other language, it is introduced in Python 3.10. And we will learn in this lecture also while loop and for loop. So while loop, how to repeat a block of code until a condition become false. In for loop, how to iterate through list, string, tuples, and sets and dictionary and range easily. So by the end of this lecture, you will understand how loop work, how to reduce repetitive code, and how to choose between if else, match case, while loop, and for loop in different situations. So without wasting any time, let's get start with our first topic, match case statement. So in match case statement is used for pattern matching. It is similar to switch case in other languages. So now talk about features. So used to compare a value with multiple patterns. It makes the order clean and easy to read. And case is the used as a default optional. And their syntax was match, then expression, then case, pattern 1, then in this line code block. So this was this is the syntax of match case statement. So instead of returning many if else statement, you can use the match statement. The match statement select one of many block of codes to be executed. So this was the syntax of match statement. This is how it works. So basically the match expression is evaluate once, then the value of expression is compared with the value of each case. So if there is a match case, the associated block of code is executed. For example, we use the weekend numbers to print the weekend names, like this one. uh, I write day 3, then match day. So in case 1, uh, let me try on VS Code. So if I write day 4, then match day case 1, then print Monday. Then print Tuesday, and in case 3 we print Wednesday, and in case 4 we print Thursday, then in case 5 print Friday. So if I run this code, so the output will be show Thursday. So the output will show Thursday. So in this we learn that how uh, case statement means match statement use. So now talk about default values. So we use underscore character like this case, this one. Like this time, um, as the last case value, if you want to a block of code to execute when there are not other match case, means matches, like if I change in this code, if I make a change in this code, I write today is Saturday, and in this today is Sunday. Then case this type print invalid. So if I completely remove this and run this, so the output will show invalid. So the value of underscore will always match, so it is important to place means it as the last case to make it behave as a default case. So now talk about combine values. So we use the pep character, means this one, like this one. So as an OR operator, in the case of evaluation to check for more than one value match in one case, so we use this like case 6 and 7 print today is a weekend. So if I run this code, that will be today is weekend. So we talk about day 4. So in this case, day 4 will come there, so they will print today's weekend. So if statement as guards, you can add if statement in a case evaluation as an extra condition check. So how it is possible, let try. So if I write there month January, not this, 5 and day 4, match month, not day, print mm, a week and a weekday has 30 in April, or case 1 to 11. So print a weekend in April, or oh, so we want to add if condition na. So if month equal to 4, if month equal to 5, or we use this one and print invalid. So if I execute this code, so so the output will show a weekday in April. Uh, so now this topic was clear or not? So now we will talk about while loop. So the while loop is used to execute a block of code repeatedly as long as the given condition is true. So Python has two primitive loop commands, like one is while loop, and first one is while loop and second one is for loop. So in while loop we can execute a set of statement as long as the condition is true. For example, I equal to 1 and while I is 6, then print I, or I plus equal to 1. So 1 to 5 number will be printed. So remember to increment, or else the loop will continue forever. So the while loop requires reevaluate variable to be ready In this example, we need to define the index variable, this I, so which is set to 1. This I is set to 1. So in while loop, condition become when the condition become false, the loop will be stopped. So this is the syntax of while loop. First we write while, then we write condition, then this semicolon, and then code block, then update the condition. So now talk about how it's work. So first the condition is checked. If condition is true, code run. If in case condition is update, again the condition is checked. If condition false, the loop will be stopped. For example, I equal to 1 while I is greater than equal to 5. So print I. So I equal to I plus 1. So in this code, while I is less than equal to 5, then print I equal to I plus 1. So I is less than equal to 5. So less than equal to 5 means 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 5 also counted. So the output will 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now let's take one more example, like sum of first n number. So n equal to 5 and I equal to 1. So sum equal to 0, and while I is less than equal to n means I mean 1 and 5 n. So 1 is less than equal to n. So sum equal to sum plus I. So the condition will be checked. Then I equal to I plus 1. So the output will be 15. So don't forget the update to condition inside the loop, otherwise it will become an infinite loop. Means remember the increment of I, or else the loop will be continued forever. So now talk about break statement. So with the break statement, we stop the loop even the while condition is true. For example, if I write there if I equal to 3, then break, I plus equal to 1. If I run this, so 1, 2 and 3 will be show, because I is less than 6 or not. So I is less than 6, so this is true. So print I, so print 1. If I equal to 3, then break. So 1 will be printed, and I equal to 3, then break. So I equal to means then 2, then I will be 3, so 3 equal to 3, so this is true, so 3. And this 4 equal to 3, if there 4, we assume that I is 4, so 4 equal to 3, so this is false, so the condition will be break at 3 equal to 3. If I is 3, the condition will be break, so the output will 1 to 3. So now talk about continue statement. So with the continue statement, we can stop the current iteration and continue the next code. So for example, if I equal to 0, while I is less than 6, so I plus equal to 1, then if I is equal to 3, then continue, then print I. So the output will be 1, 2, 4 and 5, 6. So 3 0 equal to 3, so this is false. So 0 plus 1, 1, then 0 plus 1 plus 1, 2, then 3. When it continue to next iteration, if I is 3. Now talk about else statement. So with the else statement, we can run a block of code once when the condition no longer is true. So in this example, we change only this line. Print I is no longer less than 6. So 0, then 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So I is no longer 6, because the else means the else block will not be executed if the loop is stopped by a break statement. So now talk about for loop. So in for loop we used to iterate or repeat over a sequence such as list, tuple and string, set, dictionary or a range of numbers. So this is the syntax of for loop. For, then variable in sequence, then block of code. Remember this syntax, so it will help you. Now talk about how it's work. So the loop takes each item from a sequence one by one, then execute the block of code each items. When all item proceed, the loop stop. Means a for loop is used to iterating over a sequence that is either a list, a tuple, a dictionary, a set, or a string. So this is less like for keyword in other programming language and work more like an iterate method as in other object oriented programming language. With the for loop we have means we can execute a set of statement once of each item in a list, tuple or set. For example, fruits, apple, banana, then cherry. So for x in fruits, so print x. So the for loop does not require an indexing variable to set up beforehand. If I run this, so apple, banana and cherry, it will be print. So now talk about loop through a string. So even a string is iterable object, they can contain a sequence of character. For example, a loop through the letter in a word banana means for x in banana, if I print this, so this will be printed for x in banana. Now talk about break statement. So with the break statement we can stop the loop before it has looped through all items. Means exit the loop when x in banana. If I remove this, so I write fruits, apple, cherry, banana, then for x in fruit, print x if x is equal to banana, then break. If I simply run this, so apple and banana, because it will break at banana. For x in fruit, print x if x equal to banana. So apple is not equal to banana. So apple, then x equal to banana. So it will print banana, then it break because banana is equal to, it is a condition. Exit a loop x in banana, but this time the break comes before the print. So if I remove this, if I break, then I print. If x equal to banana, so if I run this, the apple will be printed because it will break at banana, so they both are not print. Now talk about continue statement. So with the continue statement, we can stop the current iteration of the loop and continue with the next. For example, I remove this break and continue. So the apple will not be, the banana will not be printed. Now talk about range function. So to loop through at a set of code a specified number of times, we can use the range function. The range function return the sequence of number starting from 0 by default and increment by 1 by default and end at the specified number. So using the range function, I already told you that this one, so 0 to 5. So note that range 6 is not the value of 0 to 6. This one is not value of this 0 to, means 0 to 6, but the value 0 to 5. The range function default to 0 as a starting value. However, it is possible to specify the starting value by adding a parameter range 2 to 6, which means the value of 2 to 6 but including 6, means 2 if I run this, so 2, 3, 4 and 5. So the range function default to increment the sequence by 1. However, it is possible to specify the increment value by adding the third parameter. Means range 230 comma 3. If I run this, so 2 5 8 11 14 17 20 and 23 26 and 29 will be printed. So increment the sequence with 3 default as 1. So now talk about else in for loop. So the else keyword in for loop specified a block of code to be executed when a loop is finished. Means the else block will be not execute if the loop is stopped by the break statement. The break statement when means x is 3 and c won't happen with the else block.